Week 14 of the fantasy basketball season, and here's a few guards I looked at this week. The first guy, Max Strus of the Miami Heat. So Strus, we know last season in the postseason, he was a good player for this Miami Heat team. And this season here has been a pretty decent year for him as well, but he's picking it up of late. On the season, 13.1 points a game, 3.7 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 2.7 threes a game, and 40% from the field. So right now available in tons of fantasy leagues here is Max Strus in 57% of fantasy leagues. And if you need three-point shooting and a guy who's going out there and playing major minutes, especially over the last few games, he's a guy that can help fantasy owners. And then rebounding as well, January 10th versus the Thunder, 22 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, a steal, 4 threes, 42% from the field. January 12th versus the Bucks, 12 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, a 3, 38% from the field. And January 14th versus the Bucks again in a back-to-back, 10 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, 2 threes, 27% from the field. So I know the field goal percentage isn't good, obviously, here for Max Strus, but he's a guy that can hit three-pointers. He could score the basketball at a decent rate. And we know guys like Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson have been hurt for a majority of the time now here for this Heat team. And he can help fantasy owners in a big way. So he's a guard I would add this week. The next guy, Tyus Jones of the Memphis Grizzlies. So Tyus Jones right now available in 57% of leagues as well on the season. 10.9 points a game, 2.2 rebounds, 4.8 assists, a steal, 1.6 threes, and 44% from the field. But the last couple weeks here for Jones, 15.3 points a game, 2.3 rebounds, 5.7 assists, 2.1 steals, 2.4 threes, and 46% from the field. So right now he's a 4 or 5 category type of player here is Tyus Jones. And I know some games he's getting big minutes and some games he's not, but Ja Morant, we know, isn't always 100% healthy and not going to play a full season. And Tyus Jones in 12-team leagues or deeper definitely has good value, in my opinion. January 8th versus Utah, 21 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, 2 threes, 46% from the field. January 9th versus the Spurs, 24 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 2 threes, 57% from the field. January 11th versus the Spurs, 16 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 58% from the field. And January 14th at Indiana, 8 points, 2 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 25% from the field. So stealing the basketball, hitting threes, and a decent field goal percentage. Tyus Jones still can help owners in those categories, even if he's only going to play 20, 25 minutes a game with Morant back in the lineup. But he's still in there this week. The next guy, Joe Harris of the Brooklyn Nets. So right now we know Kevin Durant's out for a month. And guys like Joe Harris and Royce O'Neal got to step up for this Brooklyn Net team. So right here, Joe Harris on the season, 8.2 points a game, 2.8 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.8 threes a game, and 43% from the field. In the last couple weeks, I know the stats haven't been good, but like I mentioned here, now with Kevin Durant out, Joe Harris is definitely a guy fantasy owners should go out there and get. Can hit the 3 ball, can rebound at a decent rate, and usually the field goal percentage has been better than it has been in years past. Right now available in 90% of leagues. So the last few games here for Harris, January 8th at the Heat, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 100% from the field. January 12th versus the Celtics, 18 points, 5 rebounds, and assists, 2 steals, 4 threes, 63% from the field. And January 15th versus the Thunder, 8 points, 5 boards, and assists, 2 threes, 33% from the field. So right now, he's getting an opportunity, more playing time with Kevin Durant out, about 30 minutes a game so far in the first 2 games he's out. And like I said, if you need three-point shooting and a decent field goal percentage, I think you could give owners that this week, and he's available, like I said, in 90% of leagues. The next guy's Ricky Rubio of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Rubio, we know he missed the whole season until returning January 12th. So Rubio last season, pretty solid year for him with 13.1 points a game, 4.1 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 1.4 steals, 1.7 threes, and we know his field goal percentage is always awful, 36%. And so far this season, the first 2 games back, only playing about 10, 15 minutes a game. January 12th at Portland, 9 points, 3 boards, an assist, 2 threes, 60% from the field. And January 14th at the Timberwolves, 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a 3 and 25% from the field. So right now, Ricky Rubio, I know it's going to take him some time, I think, to break in and definitely get 100% going where he could play major minutes. But right now, out there in tons of leagues, like I mentioned, if you need a guy you could stash in deeper leagues or a guy that could possibly get going in the next couple weeks here, I think Rubio's a decent ad this week. In the 5th and final guard I looked at on the wire this week here is Emmanuel Quickley of the New York Knicks. So quickly, he's getting a lot of minutes over the last few weeks here with injuries, and just a guy stepping up and a big part of this Knick rotation now on the season. 12.3 points a game, 4.1 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 1.6 threes, and 41% from the field. But the last couple weeks here where Barrett missed some time, even though we know he returned, and Brunson even missed a few games in the last couple weeks here. 15.8 points a game, 5.2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 threes, and 50% from the field. But right now, quickly, he's getting the minutes he wants here with this New York Knicks team. 25-30 minutes a game, even with Brunson and Barrett back, and Derrick Rose not really into the equation, where there's rumors he might get traded off from this Knicks team. So the last few games here for quickly: January 9th versus the Bucks, 23 points, 4 boards, 3 threes, 64% from the field. January 11th versus the Pacers, 11 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, a 3, 33% from the field. Then January 13th at the Wizards, 18 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, a 3, 53% from the field. Then the 15th at Detroit at January, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 threes, 46% from the field. So he's playing good basketball. Like I mentioned, is Immanuel Quickley here. And this Knicks team here, they're rolling of late right now. We're winning 7 out of 8 ball games here because Immanuel Quickley's good play, and he's available somehow, surprisingly, still in 47% of leagues. That's a few guards I looked at on the wire for Week 14 of the fantasy basketball season.